What's up, people? Welcome back to the BCMA podcast. That's the Black Clover Martial Arts Podcast. It's your boy Lucky from Lucky's Muay Thai. This is episode number 103. In this episode, we're going to talk about UFC 314 in Miami, Volkanovoski versus Lopes. I might have stumbled over that a little bit. Anyway, it was a fantastic card, one of the best cards UFC has put on in a while. So let's get into it. If you want to stop by the gym, hit us up, www.luckysmt.com. We have the best Muay Thai program in all of Miami, bar none. We have also now a fantastic jiu-jitsu program run by Roberto Carrero called Pantera Jiu-Jitsu. It is amazing. If you want to get in good shape, be around some fantastic people, learn some self-defense even, or just have a good time, hit us up, www.luckysmt.com. Get a trial class. If you like it, we'll sign you up. We'll get you started on your martial arts, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, health, fitness, social journey. Hit us up. Okay, UFC 314. Once again, we are here in Miami. I did not go to the fights, but I did watch them, at least this main card, which we're going to go through. Dominic Reyes has had many ups and downs. He was taking on Nikita Krylov, and he's on a 2-fight, now a 3-fight win streak, Dominic Reyes, with a step back hook counter as Krylov was blitzing. First round knockout. Like, for Dominic Reyes right now, he couldn't have asked for a better opportunity and a better showing. I think the situation with the John Jones fight really took his soul for a little while, and it took him a long time to find himself and find his way back into like a winning run. So shout out to Dominic Reyes for climbing that mountaintop again and trying to get back to where he was when he was, some would say, victorious over what many consider to be the best mixed martial arts of all time, John Jones. And if he could be that at that point, I'm sure he could be that again. So looking forward to see what's next for him. 3-fight win streak, not bad. Whew. Jean Silva put Bryce Mitchell to sleep with one of my favorite submissions, the Ninja Choke. There was a lot of stuff going on with this fight and talked about with this fight because of clearly Bryce Mitchell's comments about any number of things. And it came back, I guess, to bite him in the ass. I don't really know. You know, Bryce Mitchell said, I think, or was quoted as saying, "I need to get better." And honestly, that is about as truthful a comment as a fighter can make in his situation. He doesn't need to just get better at fighting. He needs to get better mentally, get better socially, get better in general. And just saying, "I need to get better," really does check all the boxes, because I believe he knows it is not just get better at one thing. It's get better at any number of things involving his fight career, his life, everything else. Nobody's trying to change his beliefs, I don't think. He can believe whatever he wants, but he also has to be considerate about other people's beliefs as well that are generally based in facts. And not to say that his aren't based in facts, they're just based in his facts. So, John Silva with the barking over Bryce Mitchell, because I think Bryce Mitchell said something about putting down a few dogs in his day. Well, if nothing else came to bite him in the ass, that fucking comment sure did. Yair Rodriguez beat Patricio Pitbull, which was, I guess, expected. Look, Patricio Pitbull was a fantastic fighter in Bellator, PFL, whatever it was. I mean, it's one of those situations where he probably spent his best years in other organizations and not able to get over to the UFC. Although he was dominant at times and he's a fantastic fighter and he might have success in the UFC. I feel like this was a shitty matchup for him. I mean, Yair Rodriguez is going to do what Yair Rodriguez does, and he looked pretty dominant to me. And it didn't look like Patricio really stood a chance. The distance was, he couldn't break the distance. He couldn't get Yair to bite on anything. And it was just a dominant performance. Maybe Patricio will get some success in a better matchup, something more fit for him. Maybe Michael Chandler. maybe that's a fight that actually it could make sense. I don't know if it matters, but it could make sense. All right, let's get to it. Speaking of Michael Chandler, Paddy Pimblett beat the dog shit out of Michael Chandler. The dog shit out of him. Look, let me get this out of the way. Chandler had a couple of moments where he hit some nice little wrestling doubles or whatever, but it did not matter. He did not do anything with his wrestling. And at one point, I believe at the end of the second round, he got reversed right towards the end of the round, and Patty was bombing on him. The problem with a guy like Michael Chandler, at least at this point in his career, and maybe throughout, maybe that needs to be a deep dive, is that you can say all of the motivational things you want. You can say, see you at the top. You can be considered one of the best guys socially. You can have a lot of things going your way and not be successful in that octagon. And unfortunately, Michael Chandler looks the part, sounds the part, cannot deliver on that stage. Who did he deliver against? Tony Ferguson? What are we talking? It's always an exciting fight, but an exciting fight don't matter. It's see you at the top, right? Wasn't it the belt? I this it doesn't look to me as if his skill set has changed at all. Okay. Into the first round, Patty's back on his feet. Michael Chandler's already taken a shitload of calf kicks. He looks done in his face. He looks like he had already realized what was happening. Now, he landed a couple shots here and there throughout the fight, but nothing like Patty literally ate whatever couple of shots that Michael Chandler hit him with. It was nothing. And shout out to Paddy Pimblett for taking everything very seriously. This last couple of fights, he looks fantastic. He looks like he's really grown as a fighter. And this went exactly the way it should have, with Paddy Pimblett finishing Michael Chandler with ground and pound, and with his own takedown, by the way, which is what the greats often do, is they do the thing that the opponent does against them and make it successful. And that's what Paddy Pimblett did. He was great. If Michael Chandler wanted to be successful, he would take notes from Volkanovski, because similar bodies I don't know, man. Maybe it's IQ. Maybe it's fight IQ. Maybe he doesn't have the fight IQ. It's disappointing for a guy to be that positive and not be able to succeed. Anyway, shout out to Paddy Pimblett. That is your new star, I believe. And now that he seems to be taking everything seriously, it should be a nice. He should not go on a nice run right now. Title down the road sooner than later. And yeah, I'm down for it. Paddy Pimblett with the fantastic stand up and the good grappling. He's getting better. All right, fight of the night. Maybe not fight. Yeah, fight of the night. Old man Volkanovski beat Diego Lopes by decision, which is, I said, if Diego Lopes can't get off in the first by the second into the second round, it's a 5-round decision. Volkanovski, without a doubt. The IQ is too high. His footwork got him out of trouble when he was in trouble. His toughness helped with that, but his technical ability to be able to step in, exchange with Lopes, and get out before Lopes could land anything of real significance, brilliant. His ability to shoot in, push Lopes against the cage, control that position, work him over from there, get out. I mean, not to say that Lopes wasn't doing fantastic things. He really was. And at one point, I put Volkanovski down, but he just, where Diego Lopes is right now, he's a real problem for the majority of people. But he's still got a little ways to go. He's still got a little ways to go. The striking needs to build a little bit. and maybe the IQ a little bit because he wasn't able to make the adjustments really to get Volkanovski to be able to cut Volkanovski off and stop him from his movement. And also trying to overcome this tough little son of a Volkanovski was tough as I mean, I don't know, man. That dude's got a chin. He came out of there with the blackest eyeballs, but he fought on the inside. He worked his way outside. He wrestled. He used the clock. He used his footwork. Like, this is why this man is one of the greatest of all time. He beat the 35 plus curse. And not only that, but he beat the Drake curse, which was unbeatable, I thought. Because, Drake plays a bet on you. You can guarantee your ass is going to lose, but not this time. Volkanovski is second best all time at featherweight. Aldo's the only one better. Anyway, it was a great card. Amanda Nunes is getting inducted or got inducted, is getting inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame, which is also dope. This card was fantastic, man. It really delivered. The fights mattered, and it's one of those things you can appreciate, man. It's one of those things you can appreciate. I didn't need anything as far as like none of this was like nonsensical talk, crazy nonsense about people's families or lives or any of that other stuff. Very minor, if any. Obviously the Bryce Mitchell stuff, but that's because Bryce got himself in trouble outside of the octagon. I do want to see what happens with Yair and Diego. I'm not sure what all that was about, but excuse me. Nonetheless, fantastic fight card from the UFC. Got to give them where credit's due. They don't often put on a good show, but this time they did for sure. Michael Chandler needs to go somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. Volkanovski, man, the dude can do whatever he wants to do. He earned it. That's all I got. Great fight card. Looking forward to more. If you want to stop by the gym, hit us up, www.luckysmt.com, and we'll get you in there. Trial class, sign you up, get you started on your fitness journey. If you like the show, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You know the deal. I'm out. Peace. Stop by the gym.